Biggest issue, it is worse than Deadeye in every single situation.
Oh my god, the lag.
Oh, tank test. Tank test. Tank test, tank test.
What was that?
Tank
What did I
test.
hear?
Divvy,
I heard
was
something.
divvy,
Ace pushing.
Divvy.
Ace
Double
pushing.
double divvy.
I have to remove this.
Triple divvy.
Divvy, more divvy.
That are one. We tire. We that fail.
The clip you saw was at the start of day 3 with 12 tablets, 80% delirium, abyss, and Rippy 6 mods corrupted mobs. That's the hardest content you can possibly do. And the only class that can do what you saw, with face tanking everything, is Huntress. Huntress is better than Deadeye in every single way. People saying that Huntress is in B tier and Deadeye in S tier, I think they did an incredible disservice to a lot of people this season. Huntress is way easier to gear because you can run accuracy on your bow. And yeah, this bow is really good, but you can get, well, for example, this bow doesn't have two extra arrows on it, right? It's a great bow, don't get me wrong, and it has arrows, runes on it, because I had the money to buy them on the first day. But 560 accuracy, it's a disgusting amount of AD, and you can get that on a shitty bow with +1 projectile, and it will do a ton of damage. You cannot do that on the die. You cannot build crit on the die early, because you don't have a critical hit chance. With Huntress, you do. You get insane amount of damage, you get critical hit damage, and you cannot die. You cannot die because you can run Essential Sandwich, Furtive Drops. Maybe the last item in the game that allow you to be tanky. You can Lich. Life Lich is converted to Energy Shield Lich. And that is only possible because Huntress has the best node in the game, and people were ranking, Jungler was ranking a tier list for classes, hovering over these nodes, like, I don't like any of these nodes. This is probably the best node in the game. And this is the best early game node in the game. What else could be... What else? Like, what else do you want? Like, this class does anything for you. It makes coffee, wakes you up in the morning, carries your maps, can't die. What else do we want? For context, I'm now level 97. I'm not being XPing. I'm now farming bases in Delirium. I'm running Simulacrum and running a Zash for bases for mirror tier crafting. We have a lot of mirror tier item up for sale. And for a little bit of context, the rank 1 player for Huntress was the rank 1 Huntress last season, which is running full XP, setups, tablets, experience, everything. And I was rank 2nd, and Sanctum was 3rd place. In our group, we had rank 1 Sork, rank 1 Bannerbot, and rank 1 Rarity Support. And that's without running experience or anything in our map. It's purely rippy, full loot, full money maps. And that was only possible because Huntress was the strongest ascendancy, the strongest class in the game in the early stages, which allows us to carry the season completely. Without Huntress, if you play Deadeye, this would have not been possible. All the mirrors we have, all the insane gear we have, like this amulet with plus the level of projectile, 60% evasion, crit damage, global defenses, increase the maximum energy shield. The amount of money we were able to make with bad gear in the first 2 days, running super rippy maps thanks to Huntress, is wild. My chest now has 1,600 evasion. In the video I still had a purely ES chest, but you eventually, when you have enough ES, because now I have a great helm, now about 520 ES helmet, now then you can run Slick Jacket, and you can get a deflection, which is a PSL. I have 340. The boots aren't great, but that doesn't matter. My bow is great. It has crit chance, level of attack skills. So that way I can get to 28 levels of lightning arrow. I am now level 30, but when you get to level 28, you get one more chain on your lightning arrow, which is really important. It's just been a really good season for us. Decent rings, nothing crazy. Mana Leech and Life Leech. So this item, right, Life Leech and Physical Leech, sorry, Mana Leech and Physical Leech ring, they're very cheap. no one wants them. So you can snipe items. Also, the Essence Extinguish Furtive Wrap cost almost nothing. So, tough. I don't know how people put this in B tier. I don't think any team performed as well as we did in terms of currency making early. There was one Chinese team that was with us, maybe better. I don't really know, but pretty much that was it. It was only possible thanks to Huntress. Let's go through the build right now and what I'm running. So starting with skills, the first thing I do, I have a switch for bosses, which I don't often use. In fact, I never really use it anymore. But starting in the early game, you always want to swap your fork for chain for bosses because it will chain on your rods more, meaning it is a lot more damage. Additionally, if you want to feel fanky, you can switch your innervate for rapid attacks. The best gems for your lightning arrow are minion pact when you can run raw, and then innervate and fork should always be like your 3 gems that are mandatory on your skill. Additionally, if you can have Rakitia's Flow, which I think is pretty much the most broken thing this season, you can always run this on your lightning arrow. It's very P, especially on maps with monsters having plus 50 resistances. You send them negative, and you don't need to spec any resistance on your tree, which saves you a lot of damage. Most mobs don't have resistances, so you can put it on your lightning rod. And if you want, you can have one jewel with lightning penetration, and you'll be fine for most mobs. Raw mount is very OP. With Brutus Brain, it has 100% cannot be damaged, and deal no damage. It's just really OP. You don't actually need any of these gems anymore, but if you don't have Brutus Brain and you have Meat Shield instead, then you would run Elemental Army, Loyalty, and Minion Mastery. Ghost Dance with the compressed duration. It is a 7% of evasion, which for me is... I have a 16,000 evasion. I think that's over 1,000 ES gain back per stack. Makes me incredibly tanky. Your Wind Dancer, what you want to have is Magnified Area and Close Combat. You can also add Punch Through and Brutality if you feel like it. Herald of Thunder, Lightning Attunement, Magnified Area, Elemental Armament, and Elemental Focus. You can use Elemental Armament too. In the party that I run, we have Chill and Ignite, so the enemies take more damage if I run this. Your Stormcaller Arrow applies almost a 90% shock on the enemies, with Overcharge and Commiserate, Compressed Duration, and Lightning Attunement. And we're gonna show you guys a full setup, weapon swap for that. Turning the Shot with Overabundance, Prolonged Duration, Culling Strike, and Rapid Attacks. I have Barrage with cooldown recovery, Rapid Casting, and Second Wind, so you can use it twice. The combo for this class is very important. It's most of your damage. It's important to know what you do on bosses. So on bosses, you would place down your rods before they spawn, throw down your tornadoes, and then use your Stormcaller Arrow to apply the shock, and then remove all the rods with your lightning arrows, and anything should be dead. I don't run Mark, because it adds one more button to the rotation, and I feel like sometimes the boss moves. You want to do as many few things as possible to make your combos sustainable. For Annoyment, I would always suggest to run Subterfuge Mask. Subterfuge Mask is very OP. It gives you a ton of evasion, and evasion is really strong this season. For the Quiver, I'm only going to mention the things that I think are important. For the Quiver, you want to run +2 projectiles. Thanks to running Megalomaniac Diamond. If you want, it's not mandatory, but you can run Wrapped Quiver for more Quiver bonus. And with Master Fletching, you reach 50%, you get one more projectile ranks. It's a pretty sweet little thing. This was only one Divine, which is way cheaper than I would need to get this type of damage buff from a normal jewel. Other than that, for gear, nothing really matters besides having the 2 Lich on your ring. The Essentia, you want to run your shield, your energy shield helmet with as much ES as possible for running Subterfuge Mask. Spirit, you do need a little bit of Spirit. So either you have a Spirit on your amulet, or you can get an Against the Time Lost Darkness with Spirit on it, and that's pretty decent. And you can also get a little bit more Spirit by doing this increased reservation efficiency of your companion skills. It gives me back exactly the Spirit that I need to run everything. And everything is Herald of Thunder, Wind Dancer, Ghost Dance, and Raw. That's all I really care about. I also run +1 maximum fire resistance, which I think is the thing that kills you the most this season, is the fire damage from Abyss. So having extra fire resistance makes you incredibly tankier. Instead of having 75%, I have now 78%. So and I pretty much take 4% less damage, which is a really good chunk. Sorry, what is it? Actually, it's 25. Instead of 25, I take 22. So it's like 8% damage reduction, something like that. It's very good because Abyss is really what is killing you. That's about it for gear. You don't really need to run utility Ingenuity, but it is cheap option, so that's always nice. And remember to run quality attack modifiers on your ring, because the Leech is also counted as an attack modifier, so that's pretty sweet. For the rest, nothing really important on your gear to know about. In terms of tree, I take everything that is crit. I take cast inoculation and 1 point in stun and ailment threshold, which makes you unable to be stunned while you are on a raw mount. That's all you really have to take to be immune to stuns, so making CI very powerful. We have on weapon set 2 a full shock setup, so that we can apply a huge shock with Stormcaller Arrow. Stormcaller Arrow also, we have short duration, compressed duration, so that we apply the shock really quickly. And I pretty much run all possible ES evasion because it's really, really strong. This is actually, believe it or not, for me 3% effective HP, which is better than any node I can take in terms of damage, which will be like a 2.5% extra damage nodes that I can take. We are always high HP because we have CI, so you want to have Killer Instinct. It's 6% increase attack, 40% attack damage when on full life. That is a lot. I take, of course, the Walker of the Wilds for the Mana Leech being instant. Is it needed? Not really. It is quality of life though when you get projectile ranks on your weapon. Nice time lost diamond or emerald if you can. It is not mandatory, but they're cheaper than normal jewels. And this is just a really sweet spot to have it. We want to take... this is the slot for Against Darkness, and of course I have a Heart of the Well that I bought early for cheap. I don't know how much this is now. You can have extra energy shield or extra evasion on it, or you can have a double damage roll. The one with because energy shield was much cheaper back then, so I just bought this one. People were following Fabgun more evasion oriented build, which I don't think can actually sustain super rippy maps and would die a lot. I think yes, Huntress is just way stronger. And that's about it. You want to take move speed at the start. You want to take the companion nodes, which are really OP because you're always on the companion with the raw, so it's 22% damage per point. That's really good. We stack a little bit of accuracy, and we get attack speed based on accuracy. We have a lot of attack speed with this build thanks to that. Let's see, my accuracy on my weapon is 3200, which is pretty good. And you know, it helps a little bit with my crit chance. So my crit chance is right now nothing crazy. I have 38% plus if the enemy is close, another 14%, which is, you know, about to hit a diminishing return in efficiency when you take all that critical hit chance. That's it, guys, for the build. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, last thing for Flask, the only one I think you should have is the Towing Charm. And I would run also with Immunity to Ignite. If the map has Chill Ground instead of Ignited Ground, you can always add another Silver Charm, so you can run 2 of those. You don't get stuns, so you don't need a Stun Charm. If you have a little bit of extra money, the Fall of the Axe gives you Onslaught. It's pretty nice, but not really needed. If you want to run more experience, you can run your belt with experience, so I have 80% increased experience gain from the belt, and that's pretty sweet. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys can join the Discord if you want to, of the Goblin Guild in the description. There is the Twitch link also for Sanctum playing the exact same build I'm playing. We're playing the same build in the description of the video. And yeah, feel free to join the Discord and the community, and have a good day.